This will be a quick guide on how to do rock slugs. First off, for the requirements, players will need to have 20 Slayer and bag of salt, although you do have an option to buy a salt shaker. As for the combat stats, these little worms are level 28, have 4050 health. While you are killing them, you can expect to get 66 hit points experience, 202 defensive experience, and while on a task, you can get 34 Slayer experience. As for the Salt Shaker, it does cost 30,000 coins, and you can buy this from any Slayer Master. But if you do, make sure to right click it and add it to your tool belt. If you do not have the 30,000 coins, you are able to buy Bag of Salt. One bag of salt is needed per rock slug. For whatever reason, if you do have 75 Slayer and 300 Slayer points, you are able to learn the ability to quickly defeat them. This means you do not have to right click each individual rock slug. Players will then need to make their way to the Fremnik Province Lodestone, and from here we will be going southeast to the Fremnik Slayer Dungeon. There is another way to get here, and that is if you are somewhere in between a Fairy Tale Part 1 quest, where you do have the ability to learn how to use fairy rings. The fairy code will be AJR. You will also need a Drawman Staff, and the fairy ring code will bring you right around here, in which case players will then want to go east into the dungeon. From here, go west, and we will be going into the very second room. So it's not too far into the whole dungeon, in which case you will see little slugs walking around. They are pretty easy to see, as they're pretty much like purple or red. Now the preferred style will have to be either magic or range, just because you want to have an easier time to attack them from afar, since they kind of do run fast. Now there is one annoying thing, and that is if you do right click it, you do have the ability to salt them. What this means is while you are fighting the rock slugs, once they hit about 7% health left, you will actually need to right click and salt each individual one. This is extremely annoying, but for whatever reason, if you do have that 75 Slayer requirement and 300 Slayer points, you are able to just attack them, and then you'll automatically pretty much put the salt on them, which is why the salt shaker is very good. If not, you just have to right click each and every single one, which is going to be the worst part of this task. And there is a couple of other Slayer tests that does require players to right click each one, and that's because you will not be able to kill them, which is a little bit odd for a low level Slayer master, where he's like, okay, you fight this, and then it's not one, not two, there is about 8 Slayer tests that does require this annoying little mechanic, which is later on removed. For whatever reason, it's needed up until 75 Slayer, and then afterwards they did not incorporate any other special items, with the exception of Sophenheim Slayer Dungeon, where you need feathers to kill the monsters. The drop table is pretty interesting because you're able to get both copper and iron stone sprites, which can be very beneficial for low level mining accounts. Now there is one very rare drop, and that is that you're able to get the light mystic gloves, although sadly they are not a DPS armor. They are instead tank armor set. Personally, I would choose this as a Slayer assignment just because the Slayer experience is pretty good for a low level monster at a whopping 34, which could be very good for skipping those low level Slayer training methods. But then again, you also have like the Reaper task, which you're able to get one daily Reaper from Death himself at Draenor Lodestone, and then he'll give you, let's say, 5 Mole, 5 King Black Dragon, or 5 Cowfight Queen. Doing this task, you'll probably get around 7,000 Slayer experience, which, yes, you are able to leech, so you are technically able to skip like 1 to 30 Slayer in like 20 minutes if you do have friends to help you skip that. And then you can even do it again after the next day. So you could easily get probably around 50 Slayer, little to no help. But It just depends if you do need the stone sprite set. These Slayer tasks do offer players. Thank you all so much for watching this and enjoy the rest of your day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, or comment down below any video suggestions or questions you have, and I will try to answer them. And enjoy the rest of your day.